60-day stars and 20-year thousandaires. Not enough shopping, whole lot of browsing ads. My reinvention, I know you thinking how's it fair? You stream kings, but you never fit a crowd in there. Supreme team parallels when the powder clears. I seen things that I'm still not even proud to share. You Zeus Network niggas, you hear me loud and clear. Get these 5,500 to host the niggas out of here. Sand color Rolls Royce, we like Saudi's here. The only Audi here is driven by my owl pair. Ghost face with the wrist, bird falconer. Willie Falcone, trunk full of talcum here. Shotgun with your ex feels like Malcolm's near. Send a hit through a text, ain't no shouting here. Bypass MIA, too much crowd in there. I spend summers with connects, love that mountain air. POV kilos in my back, take Amtrak down south, then she flies back. My connect has ponytails tied back. I just hit 6 mil behind tied back. They content create, I despise that. I create content, then they tries that. Run these Jews, there's rules, I don't buy that. I've topped all these lists, where's my prize at?
Peace. Peace, 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 peace. Hope all is well. You know, it's a lot going on. I would just like to say, everybody just take care of themselves, man. Just be strong. It's a lot going on. We know it's a lot going on. But if you stay vigilant and you stay focused and you understand what it takes to have a substantial civilization, when you know that, then it's time to put the pieces of the puzzle together. Okay? So I'm going to go into some deep topics. Hopefully, we can get it. But it's real quick, probably like 15 minutes. Nothing serious. All right? So the first thing, and you know me, because I can say so much. Sometimes I will veer off and forget to bring up the points that I wanted to bring up. So what I do is I put it in PDF form and I read so that, you know, I catch everything, or we catch everything. Another thing is, because this is a serious situation, it's more serious than we can really imagine, right? When I talk about it, right, I'm easy with it, okay? I'm kind of, you know, I pronounce the words correctly and I take my time, right? So that individuals can understand, you know, how deep the matter is that I am enforcing or bringing awareness to. All right. So, beyond the sea, from Cestui, right? Cestui, Quue, trust, Trust, to knowledge of self, right? Peace, family, peace. First, I'm going to say peace, okay? Understand this. I'm a husband. I'm a father. I'm responsible for generations, past and future. And tonight, I'm not going to argue, convince, or expose anything. I'm here to explain how knowledge of self was replaced with a story about us, and how that story lives in the nervous system. right? Okay. Everything I'm sharing is educational, not legal advice, not financial advice, just public information, primary sources, and neuroscience. Okay? I'm not here to tell you who you are. I'm here to show you how identity was assigned instead of discovered. Okay? You probably heard the phrase Cestui, trust. Most people hear it in conspiracy spaces, places like that. But, that's the unfortunate part because historically, a Cestui trust simply describes a condition where someone is presumed absent or incapable and others act on their behalf. Now, here's the key. I'm not saying this applies to anyone legally today. I'm saying the concept became a metaphor. It became a metaphor, okay? A metaphor for what happens when people stop knowing themselves. You got to know who you are, okay? And others start defining themselves. You have to define yourself, okay? There's an old Latin phrase, virus in C. That's VIRESINSE, power within itself. Some people call this Visa V1, life force, agency, vitality. When people know themselves, their body, their emotions, their history, they act from internal authority. Get it? You walk around with your chest out. You walk around with your shoulder, back and your chin up. Because you know who you are, right? But this is all a part of the programming controlling our central nervous system, right? But let's go back, okay? When they don't, they react. That's not spiritual talk. That's neuroscience. Let's talk about the real system that was hijacked, the central nervous system. Chronic fear, chronic stress, chronic reaction. A nervous system locked in survival can't plan, can't build, can't remember. That's not history. That's biology. So when stories are repeated long enough, even false ones, the body remembers them as real, as really happening. Okay? Here's where people misunderstand me. I'm saying the most effective prison was psychological. A story repeated so long that people stop asking, who were we before this? The real work now isn't outrage, it's restoration. I have a wife. I have a son turning 4. I have elders. I have sisters. I don't have time for chaos, internet, arguments, or fantasies. I care about land literacy, emotional regulation, and economic stability. That's how legacies are protected. This is just the beginning. I'm not giving everything away online. I mean, would I do that? Would you do that? No. Wisdom comes in stages. So, everybody gets their keys when it's time for them to get their keys. Some people like to point fingers and say, why don't you know this? And why don't you know that? And maybe it's just not that person's time to know. Simple. Real simple. Right? So, where we at? Okay, all right. If you want structured education, disciplined conversation, and tools, go to the link, please. No drama, no arguments, just growth. So we're going to do growth. The most dangerous person in any system is a calm one who knows themselves. Peace. Yeah. So that's it, guys. Love y'all. Be strong. Just a little quick. I told y'all I was going to hit y'all real quick. Nothing serious, but know thyself. Then when you know thyself, actually no more colonized, right? And it takes work. It's not for us to, give it all away, because if it's really in you, you'll learn. You'll learn if it's really in you. You know what I'm saying? So it takes time. Sweat, tears, living life. Everything is not always sweet as everybody think it is. Okay? So, sometimes you gotta have grit in there, because grit is what gives us our strength. Trials and tribulations, this is what gives us our strength. Pains, sometimes that's what gives us our strength. So, that's what it is. So, are you guys familiar with what I was talking about? All right, so let's go back into it. Let's make sure we spell it right and everything. Let's see. Because I also just learned it probably about 2 days myself. Everybody always want to make it seem like they know everything. Bro, you don't know every damn thing. And if you think you do, you crazy. We learn. And we learn in stages, man. So the most important one is Visa VI. Life force. Agency. Vitality. Okay? And these are old Latin phrases. And we have to understand that Latin, ancient Latin is one of our, ancient tongues. Spiritus longus imperium moros, uh, mororum indigeni. So, yeah, Algonquin, pa ora, pa talaloka. So, I know, and then Arabia, ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. And then, what we talk now, English. It is what it is. But we should learn these, okay? Learn the phrases, learn what they mean, because it might sound odd and awkward. Anything that's not status quo seems crazy, but it's not. It's to make y'all think that. Okay? Always remember that. Do we have the Cestui? The Cestui? QE? Trust. Do the knowledge. All right? Love y'all. Stay strong. Get out here. This Paris the Mall. Happy Holy Moors Day. And as we strive, man, we striving every day. That's one thing about Moors. We strive every day, man. Every day. I've gotten to the point now where as soon as I wake up in the morning, I say gratitude. My eyes open up this morning. Yeah. Oh, man, look. And then my family eyes open up this morning. So it's like, what's all the complaints for? Strive some more. Be thankful you're given the opportunity to strive. And, love. And, spend precious time with your loved ones. Yeah. Right. Watch your seeds grow up and, really be there for them. And, yeah. You know what I'm saying? We'll get back to who we used to be. You know what I'm saying? All this, what the rap is doing and everybody want to kill each other and all this goofy shit. Man, it's goofy, man. We ain't never did that, man. We ain't never did that. That's some heathen shit. That's some, yeah. This is the ritual that they put on us. Right. The order of, y'all can do the knowledge, By now, you guys should already know. I didn't probably said it about 5 times, but, I don't know, whatever. All I'm saying is do the knowledge on the Order of Red Men that was established in Baltimore in 1834. In Baltimore, 1834. The Order of Red Men. Okay? Now, me, I was sitting there one day, I said, 1834, 3 plus 7, 187. The police code to off us. And when you read this Order of Red Men, this was their foundation. Their foundation was built on this. You, me, out of here. Facts. And, sometimes, my wife or like, people that's close to me, sometimes they go, P, that's too much, man. And I'll be like, bro, this shit is all public. This is all public records. They ain't hiding. It's just that we don't have the common sense to dig on it. Yeah. I don't know if y'all think we be talking trash or what. Y'all might think we crazy. You know what I mean? But yeah, you know what I mean? I was reading right before I read Dark Skull. I'm still reading it because I mean this is a really good book. Dark Skull 418. Shout out to to the brother. But right before I read the first couple chapters of that, maybe a couple weeks before that, I ran into this order of red men. And my wife was like, no, babe, don't do it, babe. My wife was like, don't do it. We don't want no shit, ran. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, okay. Yeah, all right. All they gonna do is nothing. Nothing. Because we stay pure, we stay right, and we love truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Listen, whatever I talk about, it's public records. You can go find it. I got the primary sources. So they not hiding. So why are we hiding? The plot get, man, it's so thick. Sometimes I don't even really want to go into it, man, for real. You know. But one thing I would like to know is this. We know that the Chesapeake area, we do know this. The Chesapeake area, the Bay, the Chesapeake Bay, it is an estuary. And it's, I think, one of the biggest ecosystems in the world. The Susquehanna and the Chesapeake. Because this is where your freshwater and saltwater mix. It's an estuary. So, these people that were lit, why is this so hush-lipped? When I start talking about this, ain't no thumbs up, none of that. And I'm like, bro, is y'all like the primary? Since y'all always want to talk all this primary source shit, okay? So I got primary source. Oh, no, that. It's funny to me, man. It's funny to me. But I do know I can see this substantial body of work, these people that were living off of the Susquehanna and, the Chesapeake, and whatever it was a nasty situation, I think, right? It was a nasty situation, and, it is what it is, but, I fly right because I know that this is my temple right here. This is my land right here. This is my land and my temple right here. As long as I am a guardian of it, then I become a guardian in nature, with nature. So as my Moabites. So as the seeds. So, yeah, man. But it is what it is, and I'm gonna get out of here. I ain't gonna be real long, but I need to know what's going on with the Chesapeake, because these waters were serious and people was living on, and mounds were destroyed. Mounds were destroyed before they could actually be recorded. What they say. What they say. And it is evidence of people living on these banks, these river banks. Right. Everybody hush lip about it. I wonder why. Y'all be good. Stay strong. Till the next time, eat right, think right, up right, move right. It don't hurt to not steal. It don't hurt to not lie. It don't hurt to not cheat on your wife. It don't hurt to not do that, man. Do it really? Man, you got some issues then. Right. I'm out. Be good, y'all. Peace.